to say her sister was the in charge of all the supply of the army in Iwo Jima. So when they called up from Iwo Jima, the conversation was in Japanese. So she had to have workers that understood that. But Grace's sister was a very excellent supervisor, very big-hearted, and she used to bring her employees up here to visit. That's before we built the tea house.
So, Grandpa, why did you decide to build a tea house?
I wanted something that would be significant from the standpoint of improving the property. So, what type of construction should you do? A tea house was perfect because it has meaning. It has significance. It's something that is not common. It sets a property apart. So what could I do to add the most value to the property? A tea house.
Very beautiful. Yeah.
And plus the landscaping that would go with it.
So how did you go about getting the plans for the tea house? So how did you find the plans?
Computer.
So you did some internet work then, huh?
They cooperated from Japan. Well, we had all the plans that were drawn up in the 9th century, drawn up for this. And they were not new, they were copies of the 9th century plans in Japan. 9th century? That's way, way back.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
So what does that add to the property?
Get your history.
Well, it adds value. So to improve property, you need to think in terms of what will give the property the most value in money. So I was capable with what I had in the plans, what I planned to do, what I asked for a loan for the property, that they gave me $7.5 million loan. No questions asked. The tea house does it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It definitely.
Well, not only the tea house didn't exist then, but the Japanese garden did. The same thing as here, up in the front.
Yeah. So you've had the same you had the same construction person do your landscape who did your tea house?
Yeah. And he gave his heart and his soul to build it. He had to go over the plans time after time. Go down to San Francisco, to the Japanese garden and Golden Gate Park, and talk to people there. So he said that also he got back on the computer and talked to the people that were specialists.
Now, what's his name?
Ken Niyojima. So when a man would give his whole heart to building this, and to build it exactly the way the plans that go back to the 9th century. The only thing that he couldn't replicate, he used cedar shingles. They're expensive. But the true cheat house, the shingles are glass, colored glass.
Oh, colored glass, wow.
The price of buying just the shingles for this would have been $8,000 just for the roof. So if we had the glass shingles up there, this is artwork.
Yeah.
What about this overhang right here? Where did he get that?
The overhang?
Yeah.
That's all cedar.
Wow. And I'm guessing that they had to specially construct that too, huh? Like the curve?
Well, no, the overhang would have been glass too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So that would have run the cost of the tea house alone up to $33,000. So it added to the, when I asked for an appraisal for a home loan, $7.5 million. No questions asked. That's just for this part of the area. So when you think in terms of what you're doing and where you need the value, think back in this county. This is a major Japanese settlement centuries ago. So you look back over the Japanese history and you look at their faces, what do they look like? They're all already here. The American Indian.
Yeah.
So, centuries ago, Japanese were all over the world. They were the major race. Fountain Grove was an original settlement here, of the largest Japanese settlement in this country. And if you go up to Fountain Grove today, have you been up there? Well, you have a major competitor in home care.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very expensive.
Uh-huh.
Everybody has their own private club,
Uh-huh.
and they have private club meetings.
Oh, wow.
And you pay extra money for that.
Pretty snazzy, huh?
A bit of real, well, stupid people that don't want to be associated with you if you're not a member of their special club.
Oh, I see.
So what you have is far superior.